So press releases like this one with the salty crime family. I thought I was clever. Look, but press releases like this do a really good job helping us kind of compartmentalize and really see how serious insurance fraud is. These guys right here, right? They only stole $230,000. Their bail is set at $4.6 million for them all. That's big. That's big, guys, all right? Now, I don't know about you, but when Jimmy Patronis gets in there and starts talking about we're going to bring these scam artists to justice, I think about those old school CSI Miami shows where David Caruso comes up and right at the end of the opening scene when you find out like there's this big crime and he's getting there for the first time, he takes his glasses off and goes, scam artists like this will never get away with it. Man, I see him out there getting out of his Hummer. I don't know. Maybe he's got a Prius. I'm not trying to say you got a Prius, Jimmy. You look like a Hummer guy. I said Hummer, right? David Caruso. But it's not like the chief financial officer is out there actually investigating crimes on his own. But, you know, like Biden's commander in chief, he damn sure ain't shooting any guns out at anybody. But, you know, he's in charge of the military. Well, you got to think about that's kind of like who the chief financial officer is for the state of Florida, because the Department of Financial Services, those guys, the ones that went to go investigate the Salties, I mean, come on, your bail for all four people is $4.6 million. They're facing 30 years in jail. Would you send an unarmed person after the Salty crime family? No, I don't care if it's $230,000. I know people will shoot back at you for way less than $230,000 if they think they can get away with it. So, you know, Jimmy Patronis, his Department of Financial Services has a lot of power, okay? Excuse me. It's not Corona. That season's over, all right? But anyway, so let's see here. Where are we at? We just talked about him being part of CSI Miami. Don't know if that's really the case right here, but here we go. So when you think about the Department of Financial Services, I want you to think about Jimmy Patronis as the baker. He's got a baker's dozen, 13. You know why they got 13 in a baker's dozen? Because baker's got to try it, right? He cooked them. He's got to sell you 12. Can we make sure it tastes good? So the Department of Financial Services has a baker's dozen, 13 divisions. Out of those 13 divisions, a half a dozen of them, 6 of them, right? 6 have something to do with the business of insurance. Now, one of those divisions is the one we just talked about, that CSI kind of division, the Division of Investigative and Forensic Services. So here, let's have a little fun with this, right? When I say Florida, you say man, Florida, man, Florida, man, right? Just remember that. If we're doing a kind of investigation here, we're going after a Florida man. Make sure you send an armed sworn officer after this Florida man, all right? But throughout the rest of this course, every time we get into a violation, just search Florida man, and I guarantee you some outlandish nonsense is going to pop up. So here, on the bottom of this press release, right? Check this out, where it says CFO authority. How important is he? All right. This is on the bottom of every single press release. The Chief Financial Officer and State Fire Marshal, Jimmy Patronis, is a statewide elected official and a member of the Florida Cabinet and the Financial Services Commission, and he oversees the Department of Financial Services. CFO Patronis works each day to fight insurance fraud, support Florida's firefighters, and ensure the state finances are stable to support economic growth in the state. I just want to point out on every single press release, that footer right there literally answers 4 to 5 questions on the exam. So if you're keeping track, we're in like the first 30 minutes or something, David. It's got to be somewhere around there. Guys, this isn't that long of an exam, and here's some more questions, all right? What are the answers? Chief Financial Officer is an elected official. Did you catch that fire marshal thing? Because arson, why would somebody burn something? To get the insurance money. Chief Financial, okay? This guy is in charge of all the insurers, all the banks, all the lenders, all the marketplace. The only person with more power than the chief financial officer is the other elected official. Big Ron DeSantis in this corner means nothing to the insurance industry, so forget him. All right, he's done. I love you, man. I'm voting for you. Go Ronnie. But he's really not important to the business of insurance. I mean, deep down inside, he's important to the business of insurance, but not like the CFO is. So, what were those bullet points that I want you to remember? Please remember, elected official, right? Because later on, we're going to talk about the Office of Insurance Regulations. The head of the Office of Insurance Regulations is an appointed person. That commissioner, he's appointed. She's appointed by the chief financial officer. So elected is huge because you elect people who are in your best interest. And that's how I want you to think about the Department of Financial Services. It's in your best interest, all right? The other one there, really, I added Financial Services Commission to it because it says he's a member of the Florida Cabinet. That's true. That was actually their way of getting Ron DeSantis in it because the Florida Cabinet is called the Governor's Cabinet, right? That's going to be your Commissioner of Agriculture, Attorney General, Chief Financial Officer, and Ron DeSantis. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. There's 4 people in it, but anyway, that's how important they are, right? None of those people and none of those members matter, but the chief financial officer, and it'll come back to me. It's in a different section. I just can't think of it. But those same members of the cabinet are members of the Financial Services Commission. That's actually more important for you to remember because as a member of the Financial Services Commission, the governor, Ron DeSantis, chief financial officer, Jimmy Patronis, we got our Moody, Attorney General, Ashley Moody. They're the ones that are really important to that decision making because if this was a corporation, Ron DeSantis would be the CEO, right? Well, the CEO might be good at marketing, might be good at other things. I don't know what he's good at. Chief financial officer is definitely good with the money, and I know I want the best attorney that I could have, and that's what you have there with Ms. Moody. So those people, along with that Commissioner of Agriculture over there, they actually regulate the Financial Services Commission. So the same members in the cabinet are the same members of the commission, and they're the ones that oversee the banks, lending institutions, and the insurers, okay? It's the Department of Financial Services that we communicate with. They're the ones that handle the intimate moments in the business of insurance. And what I mean by that is like, you know, if you walked into Bed Bath & Beyond, the fact that you walked in the door, was that an intimate moment? No, man, that's a business, right? Intimate. What's up, dude? How you doing? You know, between 2 people. That's what the Department of Financial Services. So remember that word, services. On the flip side, we have commissions, and you don't get any kind of service from a commission. All right? So if you can remember, Patronus is elected. Elected people are in your corner, right? So it makes sense that another one of those divisions in the Department of Financial Services is Division of Consumer Services. Dude, these guys are specialized in almost every category of insurance you can think of, okay? So if it's not something that you're handling and you need help maybe it's for your house. Maybe it's for some other nonsense. I don't know. There's like 20-something different categories of insurance that I couldn't list them out if I wanted to, all right? But they know how to handle them. So on that note, let's go ahead and pull out of this introduction and drop the mic and slide into iLaw Part 2. Because in iLaw Part 2, what we're going to do is we're going to dive back into the CFO, but we're going to talk more about his authority. Okay? So I'll catch you in as long as it takes you to hit play.